Okay, I'm half cut, which means like half intoxicated. I wanted to make a video today because I don't want to miss any day of uploading. I know this isn't ideal, I wanted to have a scripted video out, but work got in the way, plans to see a friend were planned, but they fell through, fucking me in the process, fucking my video scripting time. But today I wanted to talk about Dana White boxing versus the UFC. What they're both doing right in 2025 and what they both need to work on. It's ironic because the things that boxing does really well are also things that the UFC do kinda poorly. I'll name an example. Recently with Riyadh season, the cards of each boxing event have been quite stacked. I mean, look at the Day of Reckoning event, or the w.a.d.e vs Bivol fights. Both of those were very stacked cards featuring a lot of talent. Now, the UFC used to stack their cards, particularly the pay-per-views, with a ton of interesting fights to watch. A ton of name value was put on each card. That was the case for a long time, until very recently, where you'd get a solid main event, and perhaps a good co-main, but that's about it. The rest of the card are filled with duds. Filled with fighters with not a lot of name value. I'm talking Justin Taffer on a fucking pay-per-view. Are you serious, man? That's the level UFC are operating at today, kinda lazily throwing together pay-per-views, the cards that should be very solid. They're just wasting these fight slots on shitty fights. Whereas boxing has been quite consistent recently with peppering cards with good fights throughout. That being said, one thing that boxing does terribly is pacing and production. Look at the full event replay for Usyk vs Fury. The fucking thing is 11 hours long. It shouldn't be like that. You have all the undercard fights which take up 10 to 12 rounds because all of them are championship fights, which is good, don't get me wrong, but it's like, they're long fucking fights, and if they're boring, it's just a drag to get through. Then you have an hour of the commentators talking about the main event, posturing, back and forth, talking about it, and it's like, where's the pacing? Where is the chop fucking let's get moving and mentality that the UFC has? The UFC is very tight in terms of pacing. The fighters walk out, you get an introduction from Bruce Buffer, they fight, they move on to the next event with like, I don't know, a few minutes here and there of the commentary team talking afterwards about the next fight. Oh, and don't even get me started on the musical performance they had before the main event of Usyk and Fury. It's like so unnecessary. That's why I appreciate the UFC just cutting to the chase. Both boxing and UFC at the moment, they have very clear strengths and weaknesses, and I hope with Dana White getting involved in boxing, particularly the Canelo vs Crawford fight, knowing that a mainstream Netflix audience is going to buy in and watch this fight, a lot of people are going to watch Crawford vs Canelo, so I just hope it doesn't last a fucking eternity like Fury vs Usyk did, or w.a.d.e vs Bivol did. The other Riyadh season cards. Hopefully there's a snappier pace with Dana White involved. He knows how to keep an audience engaged and captivated. And for folks getting into boxing for the first time with this event, because you know it is on Netflix, that is crucial. So yeah, bit of a smaller video today. I do have a Topuria vs Charlie Olives video, all scripted, all recorded, it just needs to be edited. It's my biggest video to date on this channel, more in-depth kind of videos like that to come in the future, but that'll be coming soon, hopefully by the end of the week. Sorry again about this unscripted mess of a thing, this mess of a video. Again, I fucked up the scheduling. I should have had a video scripted at least, ready to go and record and edit for today, but I just didn't. I fucked up on that. But also, if I don't upload and keep the streak going, it would annoy me. It would actually bum me out. Anyway, that being said, please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. I'll catch you down the road.